Early voting kicks off today for several local races in Nueces County. We have what you need to know before you head to the polls.
Plus, the U.S. Energy Secretary says gas prices have peaked, but find out why you will still pay more at the pump for months.
And if you are heading out the door, you're going to need an umbrella. We think. Our Skycam shows we are not quite done with this much needed rain. Stephen Jones, though, will have all the answers. He's standing by with a look at what you can expect today. Your Chris 6 Sunrise starts now. Hey there, good Monday morning, folks. You're watching Chris 6 Sunrise. Thank you so much for waking up with the Hoffmans today. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. Folks, we hope you had a wonderful weekend. I know we did.
Oh, yeah.
Your entire Chris 6 Sunrise team was out at the Casa Superhero 5K with meteorologist Stephen Jones, of course, but that was before all the rain came in.
Absolutely. Good Monday morning, you guys. We're starting to see more of that rain now. Sunday was pretty cool in the wake of that cold front, but we're already back on the warm-up, so there's still some more changes in the forecast as we're kicking off our new week of April now. But looking at that radar, it's still got some of the rain on it right now. You can see on that Skycam the low cloud cover overhead. Luckily, we haven't seen any of those heavy downpours here into Corpus Christi, but nonetheless, those roadways still wet in the wake of last night's rain. On the current radar, our heaviest downpours are off towards the south. They're right overhead for Baffin Bay, it looks like, but starting to move off towards the north, and it looks like this activity should start to get a little bit more widespread as we're heading through our future tracker. But I also want to make it known about the rainfall totals over the past 48 hours. Some big winners out there off to the south. Hebronville and Falfurrias both over an inch of rain. Not too bad for Kingsville itself, picking up a ½ inch, and even better news into areas towards the watershed. Pearsall picking up 1 3/4 inches. Pleasanton almost that 2½ inch mark, which will hopefully mean some good news for our reservoirs, but will definitely mean some good news for that drought monitor up in their neck of the woods also. For our temperatures this morning, waking up to the 60s and 70s for most of us, even a couple of upper 50s up towards B County, but through the rest of the day, we're going to be feeling the mugginess in the air and not see too much of a warm up, only chasing those mid 70s as we're heading through the rest of the day, with plenty of scattered showers on the way as we're heading through the rest of it. But as we're getting ready to hit those roadways, heading out for our Monday morning, wanted to give you a view of what we're expecting right now. And well, I do want to have some tips for you on driving in heavy rain and when we do start to see more of those downpours developing across the area. If we do see one of those heavy downpours, could see some of the ponding on roadways, so just want to make sure to take it slow out there. Don't want to have any hydroplaning issues. I'm going to need those wipers checked. Hopefully you have the new ones ready to go, but also could still see with the humidity in the air some of that fogginess on the windshield, so just make sure to have the defroster ready to go also. In terms of our current traffic flow, plenty of greens on the board there for the Harbor Bridge, and really the same goes for our major roadways here in Corpus Christi. Only just that minor slowdown on Ocean Drive as you work in closer to downtown, but other than that, a good and green traffic flow so far this morning. I'll have a closer look at that future tracker coming up for you in our next 7-day forecast.
Stephen, thank you so much. So early voting begins today in Nueces County for the May joint uniform election. I want to make sure that you all knew, because some of these votes could hit your wallet. So here's the details that I did find today. This election includes voters in Robstown for their ISD, Port Aransas ISD, Nueces County Water Control and Improvement District number 3 as well. Voters will have just 2 early voting locations available. In Robstown, early voting will take place over the Johnny Calderon building. In Port Aransas, voters can cast ballots over at the Port Aransas Community Center. Early voting runs from April 20th through April 28th, except for the holiday on April 21st. That's Earth Day. Polling hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays. And here's what's on the ballot depending on where you live. You should expect ISD board positions and or property tax increases for local ISDs. Each voter will receive a ballot based on their registered precinct. Election Day is May 2nd. Officials do encourage voters to cast their ballot early to avoid any lines on Election Day.
In your national headlines, 8 children are dead after a mass shooting in Louisiana. Police say Shamar Elkins shot 10 people across 3 homes Sunday morning. The children ranged in ages from 1 to 14. Elkins was related to 7 of them. 2 adult women survived with serious injuries. Officers later shot and killed Elkins after a chase. Investigators are still searching for a motive.
So peace talks between the U.S. and Iran resumed this week. Vice President J.D. Vance will join the negotiations in Pakistan. The current ceasefire expires on Wednesday. Officials will discuss control of the Strait of Hormuz. Shipping disruptions there have caused a massive spike in gas prices. So the U.S. Energy Secretary says that those prices have likely peaked, but Chris Wright warns that you will still pay more at the pump for months. He says prices may not drop below $3 a gallon until next year. The spike comes after U.S. and Israel airstrikes against Iran disrupted global oil shipping. Let's take a breakdown of what you're paying at the pump here and take a look at the national prices according to Gas Buddy. $3.98 a gallon. Average for Texas, $3.61 a gallon. And right here in Corpus Christi, the average is $3.59 a gallon. Went down by a little bit. Well, 6:05 is your current time on this Monday morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Stephen Jones is standing by with a look at your forecast. Plus, businesses could get billions of dollars back after the Supreme Court struck down tariffs. Still ahead on Sunrise, we explain how the new refund system works.
Hey there, good Monday morning, folks. Welcome back. 6:09 is your time, and before you head out the door, we got to make sure that you don't need an umbrella, right?
Yeah, it's been raining, folks, in case you didn't know. I even brought out the boots today,
You
but
did.
will I look ridiculous later with them?
I don't think so too much. You know, as we're going into the afternoon, we're actually expecting more of this scattered shower activity, maybe even some rumbles of thunder. So definitely want to have the boots handy, maybe the rain jacket and the umbrella as we're heading through the rest of our Monday. Through the rest of the week, we'll start to calm down just a little bit in terms of those rain chances and see those temperatures back on the rise. But yesterday was a cool one still in the wake of that cold front. 62 degrees is the only top temperature we ended up getting up to, well shy of that record high 94 degrees back from 1984. But in terms of rainfall totals, not too bad. Let's take a closer look at that with our Chris 6 Neighborhood Weather Network. Starting off over towards Flower Bluff, reading almost an inch of rain there at the Shell Weather Station, a half inch of rain up towards Graham Road, and even over towards the island, reading about 0.63 and 0.66 inches over there as you worked closer to the island. On the south side, reading pretty similar numbers, 0.89 hundredths of an inch over towards Garden Court, just over an inch over towards Taylor's Way Court, so not too bad at all, and even better numbers as we work closer to the reservoirs. Here's closer to Lake Corpus Christi, County Road 803 coming in at 1.32 inches, almost a half inch of rain there on the County Road 364 reporting station, so that's exactly what we want to see, and hopefully we'll have some good numbers for those lake levels updates as we go through the rest of our week. Here's how our radar is shaping up so far this Monday morning. Into Nueces County and San Patricio County have started to dry up with the light shower activity moving further off towards the east now. Right now our strongest showers are down there towards Clayburgh County to the southeast of Kingsville, just working over Baffin Bay, coming more into Clayburgh County now to the east there of Rivera as we're working in, just starting to pulse slightly off towards the north, so something to watch as we're heading through about the next 15 to 30 minutes for residents up towards Kingsville as this works further north. Nonetheless, for all of us as we're heading through the Monday morning hours, want to keep our eyes on the future tracker and the radar because looking like it's going to start to expand in coverage for us and potentially even intensify slightly as we're heading into the late morning hours and the early afternoon. Can't rule out a few rumbles of thunder out there, and with those rumbles of thunder getting set up, could even see some of those embedded downpours with the cells as they're working through the area. Where we do see these set up is where we're likely to potentially see some of that ponding on the roadways, and hopefully not, but potentially some of that localized flooding, so something to keep our eyes out for. We're going to be watching it for you. Even as we're rolling through our Monday afternoon, like I talked about, 1 to 2 p.m., still holding on to some of those heavier downpours before it starts to transition more so to that light shower activity once again as we're heading into our Monday night and then towards our Tuesday morning. So here's how it's all rounding out currently on our 7-day forecast. Still very rainy as we're heading out there today. Definitely want to take the umbrella along and maybe the rain boots as you're heading out there. As we're heading into tomorrow and Wednesday, that's where rain chances start to dry up. We still have the slight chance as we're heading through the morning hours, but not likely to be as widespread as what we're seeing today. Through the back half of the work week, that's where we're really on the warm-up and not expecting that rain to make its return. 85 degrees is what we're up to by Thursday, potentially even lower 90s as we're heading into this weekend. Right now, I've just got upper 80s on the board, but either way, if you're making those plans, it's looking like a good one to head out with those partly cloudy skies.
Stephen, thank you so much. Starting today, businesses can ask for their money back after paying billions in tariffs. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled President Donald Trump did not have the authority to impose those fees. A new refund system is officially launching, and importers can make claims for refunds with interest. Those payouts could total $127 billion.
That is a lot. So let's bring on in our Scripps News Group's Joe St. George. Hey, good morning, Joe. Good to see you, sir. How much money could businesses actually get? Where is it coming from? And the big question, could consumers ultimately get any type of refund too?
The all-important question, right? Will you get a check from the business that you bought something from and that business paid a tariff on? It may require a court order, but there's certainly a chance that that's where this story goes. It just doesn't look like it's going to be a very fast process. This website for businesses that, again, paid tariffs last year, for instance, that goes live in about 45 minutes or so at the top of the hour. We're expecting the approval time to be anywhere between 60 and 90 days for the U.S. government to essentially approve these refunds. We don't know how quick this process will be. And remember, last year the president hinted that the U.S. Treasury actually spent some of the money that it brought in. It's not as if the refunds came in and it was left alone in a separate account. But the court has been clear, and Costco was one of the big businesses that really pushed for these refunds. In fact, they filed lawsuits prior to the Supreme Court ruling a few months ago now, that the president usurped his authority, acted improperly by imposing so many of those tariffs on his own. But you're talking about north of 300,000 businesses, importers in this country that paid varying degrees of tariffs. They obviously want their money back. Does that get passed along to all of us? Well, that's a story we'll be watching closely in the weeks and months ahead.
Oh, yeah, we definitely will, Joe. Thank you so much for your time today.
Looking forward to talking to you about it again very soon. Have a great day, sir. So it is 6:15 on your Monday morning. Thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Coming up on Sunrise, Stephen Jones is tracking changes in your forecast, plus how you can share your weather photos with us next.
Buck Days continues the tradition of changing lives through education and scholarships with the Port of Corpus Christi Leadership Program, sponsored on Chris 6 by Texas A&M University, Corpus Christi.
Welcome back, everyone. So before we get a look at your forecast, we want to see your weather pictures.
That's right. This one right here is from Claudia Rodriguez. Now, this is before the rain hit over the weekend. And we have another one here from Carmen Munoz in Robstown.
And do you have any weather pictures you want to share? Well, you can join our Coast Bend Weather Watchers Facebook page. It's a great place to post your photos and videos. Just scan that QR code you see on your screen right now to join.
Well, absolutely do go submit to that Coastal Bend Weather Watchers group. Always some good photos in there. But as we're getting our Monday morning kicked off, here's how the radar is currently shaping up. We did have one light shower working through Nueces into San Patricio County. That has since moved off towards the east. We're fairly dry here around Corpus Christi locally right now. Our strongest cell right now, as we're looking at the radar towards Clayburgh County to the southeast of Kingsville, you can see just moved over Baffin Bay, some of those yellows and reds out there, moving off towards the north. So it's something we'll keep our eyes on. But this activity should start to expand in coverage as we're heading through our Monday morning. Here's how those temperatures are so far. 58 degrees what you're sitting at in George West. Freer coming in at 57 degrees. Those are our cool spots on the board, with Hebronville also at 57. Robstown coming in at 64 with more of those 70s as we're working our way along the coast from Port Aransas into Ingleside. Now through the rest of our Monday, still holding on to a lot of that scattered shower and numerous shower activity this morning. Starts to dwindle as we're heading in towards the later evening into the overnight time frame for us, and really into tomorrow and Wednesday. Not going to be quite as widespread as what we experienced today. For those daytime highs, really only going to be pushing those lower and mid 70s for most of us, but through the rest of the week we'll be right back on the warm-up, chasing those mid 80s and upper 80s as we're heading later into this weekend. And like I talked about, rain chances aren't completely done yet, but going into today is going to be our rainiest one as we're heading into Tuesday and Wednesday. Only expecting that isolated shower activity, but if you're already making weekend plans, it looks like we're not expecting any anything right now, so we'll be good as we're heading into this weekend. I'll have a closer look at those rainfall totals and our future tracker for you coming up.
Thank you so much, Steven. 6:22 is your time on this Monday morning.
And the San Antonio Spurs are back in the playoffs. Coming up on Sunrise, we'll show you how Victor Wembanyama made history in Game 1.
Welcome back, everyone. So it is time to talk sports this morning. The NBA playoffs are officially underway.
And for the first time since 2019, the San Antonio Spurs hosted a playoff game. San Antonio opening up at home against the Portland Trail Blazers on Sunday night. Victor Wembanyama came out strong to start this one. The Spurs would take a 10-point lead going into the half. In the third, Wemby continues to dominate, leading the Spurs to a 111-98 victory. His 35 points is the most in a Spurs playoff debut.
The first time I stepped on the court, even for warm-ups, I felt the atmosphere was different. Everybody's ready. I mean, the fans were ready. It's probably the most excited I've seen this arena.
And you know, because the Spurs won, Taco Palenque is actually offering free tacos today from 6 to 9. You can get a potato and egg or a free bean and cheese. And the Spurs will look to take a 2-0 series lead over the Blazers tomorrow night. You can catch the game 2 right here on Chris 6. Tip-off from inside Frostbank Center is set for 7.
Well, things didn't go so well for the Houston Rockets in Game 1 of the series against the Los Angeles Lakers. The Rockets would have to go into this one without Kevin Durant, who banged up his knee in practice last week. Things would stay close in this one. The Lakers only leading by 2 points in the half. Los Angeles added to that lead in the third, and Houston wouldn't be able to come back. They dropped Game 1 to the Lakers by a final of 107-98. Well, the Rockets will look to rebound from that loss tomorrow night. No word yet on if they'll have Kevin Durant back in the court for them. That game will also be right here on Chris 6. And with that 9:30 tip-off, that means our 10 p.m. newscast will go on a little later, but on Chris 6. But it will air over KZTV, I should say, at its regular time.
Over the NHL, the Stanley Cup playoffs are underway. The Dallas Stars are hosting the Minnesota Wild in the first round. Despite having home ice, it was all Minnesota in this one. The Wild took a 1-0 lead in the first, but they blew the game open in the second period, scoring 3 goals. Dallas would get on the board, but it would be the only goal they scored. Minnesota dominates Game 1, winning by a final of 6-1. The Stars hit the ice again tonight as they try and tie the series up at a game apiece. The puck drops for Game 2 inside American Airlines Arena at 8:30.
Well, it is 6:27 on your Monday morning. We hope you have a great start to the week.
Stephen Jones is standing by with a look at your forecast, plus a multi-million-dollar upgrade project will close a Port Aransas ferry ramp. Coming up on Sunrise, how this may impact your summer travel plans.
Well, we are tracking even more showers moving through the area, but this much-needed moisture is definitely good for our dry ground. Meteorologist Stephen Jones is tracking all the rain. Your Chris 6 Sunrise starts now. Hey there, folks. If you're just joining us, you are watching Chris 6 Sunrise. Thank you for waking up with the Hoffmans. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. Folks, you heard that right. It is raining today. So we got to check in with meteorologist Stephen Jones to see how the forecast is looking for that drive to work this morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Well, good Monday morning, you guys. So far, the drive to work not looking too bad, luckily, as we're heading out for our Monday morning. Heading into the later morning hours, though, we're expecting that to expand in coverage some. So want to keep it in mind, maybe take it a little slow on the roadways as we're heading out today. Current radar showing you still some of those showers moving through the area. We had some light shower activity into Nueces and San Patricio County, has since moved off towards the northeast, closer to Seadrift there, but we still have a couple of showers here around the coastal bend, mainly towards Live Oak County, towards George West with some of the light shower activity. Our heaviest shower currently sitting off towards the south there in Clayburgh County, just to the east of Kingsville. Looks like you're starting to get in on some of that light shower activity yourself as well, though, this Monday morning. In terms of the past 48 hours, though, hasn't been too bad in terms of a drink of rainfall. Off towards the south, Hebbronville and Falfurrias both reading over an inch of rain, and almost the same up there in Freer, and even better news into areas towards the watershed. Pleasanton picking up over 2 inches of rain. Pearsall almost coming in at 2 inches themselves. Carrizo Springs already reading 1.6 inches of rain over the past 48 hours, and hopefully some more as we're heading through about the next 24 to 48 hours. So for this Monday morning, waking up to those 60s and 70s almost across the board so far. Winds out of the east about 5 to 15 miles an hour, keeping us pretty nice and warm. And as we head through the rest of our Monday, we're only going to be on the warm-up, chasing those lower 70s for some of our daytime highs. But of course, I want to get you also ready for heading out on those roadways for our Monday morning. So let's get a good look at the traffic flow map. If you're hitting the Harbor Bridge to and from Portland, no issues as of right now. And really the same goes for our major roadways here in Corpus Christi. It's going to be my favorite color on the board, reading plenty of good and green traffic flow on Ocean Drive, SPID, and Saratoga so far as we're heading out for our Monday morning. So let's take a little bit of a detour inland. Good morning to neighbors up there in Beeville, seeing how your traffic's flowing. Also going to be good and green around the entire city. Luckily, not seeing any of those scattered showers right now, but like I said, on the future tracker, should start to see it expand in coverage as we're heading through the later morning hours, with potentially a few rumbles of thunder also in the mix. I'll have a closer look at that future tracker for you and our 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you so much, Stephen. Appreciate it. 8 children are dead after a mass shooting in Louisiana. Police say Shamar Elkins shot 10 people across 3 homes Sunday morning. The children ranged in age from 1 to 14. Elkins was related to 7 of them. 2 adult women survived with serious injuries. Officers later shot and killed Elkins after a chase. Investigators are still searching for a motive.
President Donald Trump is accusing Iran of violating a ceasefire agreement. He posted on Truth Social that Iran targeted French and British ships in the Strait of Hormuz. President Trump is threatening to attack Iranian energy infrastructure if they do not accept a peace deal. In another Truth Social post, he says U.S. forces seized an Iranian cargo ship. The president says that vessel tried to breach a U.S. naval blockade. Iran is now accusing the U.S. of maritime piracy. The current ceasefire is set to expire this week.
Well, President Trump will take part in a week-long public Bible reading event. He will deliver a video message from the Oval Office tomorrow. Trump will read a passage from 2 Chronicles. Several administration officials will join him. Remember, folks, this comes just days after he posted a deleted AI-generated image of himself appearing to be Jesus.
Pope Leo is urging Angolans to overcome their division after decades of civil war. He delivered the message during a holy mass in Quilamba. 130,000 people attended the event. The Pope also praised an announced ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon. He called the agreement a cause for hope. Angola is the 3rd stop on his 4-country tour of Africa.
A federal judge in California is blocking a major television station merger. The ruling halts Nexstar's plan to take over Tegna. The judge says that the deal likely violates antitrust laws. California's Attorney General and DirecTV sued to stop it, I should say. President Trump previously endorsed the merger. Nexstar plans to appeal. The order freezes the deal until a trial can happen.
Back here in your neighborhood, you can safely get rid of your expired or unwanted medications this weekend. The Corpus Christi Nueces County Public Health District is hosting 2 drop-off events on Saturday. It's part of the National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. You can bring pills, patches, and sealed liquids to the Health District on Horn Road, and you can also drop them off at the Johnny Calderon building in Robstown. Both locations will be open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and officials say that they will not accept syringes or illicit drugs.
So a major closure is coming to the Port Aransas ferries. Ferry Ramp 2 will close on Tuesday. It's part of a $64 million upgrade project for the landings. 3 other landings will stay open, but Ramp 2 will remain closed throughout the summer. This could lead to heavier traffic during weekends and especially holidays. Well, it is 6:36 on the dot on your Monday morning. Before you head out the door, meteorologist Stephen Jones has a look at your Monday forecast.
And still ahead,
I'm John Mattery. Streaming services keep raising their rates to the point where it's almost as expensive as your old cable bill. But we found some great ways to stream those shows for a lot less.
Buck Days continues the tradition of changing lives through education and scholarships with the Port of Corpus Christi Leadership Program, sponsored on Chris 6 by Texas A&M University, Corpus Christi.
Well, early voting kicks off today for several local races in Nueces County. We have what you need to know before you head to the polls.
And folks, if you're heading out the door, you probably might need an umbrella. Our Skycam shows we're not quite done with this much needed rain. Stephen Jones is standing by with a look at what you can expect today.
Now, 20 minutes of nonstop news, sponsored by Ewald Kubota.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for our 20 minutes of nonstop news with the Hoffmans. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. Folks, the rain is what everyone's talking about this morning. So let's get straight to meteorologist Stephen Jones to see how our forecast is shaping up today. Good morning.
Hey, buddy.
Well, good Monday morning, you guys. So far, we've lucked out with most of that rain missing us as we're heading out for that Monday morning commute. But going on the future tracker, I think we're going to see a few more showers and maybe even a few storms as we're heading into our Monday afternoon. So something to keep our eyes on as we're heading through the rest of the day. In terms of those weather alerts right now, we just have this coastal flood advisory in effect for our island areas. This is going to be through about 7 p.m. this evening. Could see high tides about 2 feet above normal. High tides should be closer to 8:30 this morning. So if you're over towards Port Aransas or the island, just something to keep in mind as we're heading out for our Monday morning. But over the weekend, we picked up a decent amount of rainfall. Let's take a closer look at some of those numbers with our Chris 6 neighborhood weather network. On the south side, the big winner, Taylor's Way Court, picking up over an inch of rain, almost an inch there on Garden Court. Also about 48 hundredths as you worked into Bent Trail Drive. But as we work our way further inland there towards Lake Corpus Christi, it worked out pretty well. County Road 803 reading 1.32 inches of rain, getting over that inch mark. On the south side of the lake, about 47 hundredths of an inch there towards County Road 364. So some very good numbers, and hopefully we will see the reservoirs respond as we head through these next few days. Also Beeville picking up about 4/10 of an inch there off to the north towards Hilltop Road. As we're going into our Monday morning, the current radar showing you most of us lucking out as we're hitting those roadways here in Nueces County and San Patricio County. Nothing right now, but just to the south there towards Clayburgh County to the east of Kingsville. Still holding on to some of those heavier downpours. You can see the yellows and reds on the radar. So far it's been working to the north. Looks like Kingsville getting in on some light shower activity now, but heading into Corpus Christi potentially we'll see over the next hour or so. Future tracker overdoing it slightly so far as we've been going through our Monday morning, but still as we're going through later portions of the morning and into the early afternoon, should start to see some of those cells intensifying and getting a little bit more expansive in coverage. Could see a few rumbles of thunder, and where those storms do set up, that's where we're likely to see the heaviest downpours. That's where we could see some of that ponding on the roadways, so want to take it slow if you're running into some of those areas. As we're heading through the early afternoon, could still hold on to a few rumbles of thunder before it starts to transition more to that showery activity, it looks like, as we're heading into our Monday night and also more so into our Tuesday morning, with potentially more of those storms off to the north for areas towards Live Oak and B County. But right now the models have it further north than there. Just something we're going to keep our eyes on though as we're heading into tonight out there. As we're going through our Monday morning, here's a live view from our studio Skycam. Waking up to 70 degrees and already warmer than that daytime high we had yesterday. It was only 62. As we're working towards the coast, 70s is what you're reading right now towards Port Aransas, Rockport, and here into Corpus Christi. Also a pretty good spread though. George West coming in at 58 degrees. The cool spot going to be Freer and Hebronville sitting at 57 so far. But as we're heading through the afternoon, should push back into those low to mid 70s for some of our daytime highs. Winds, of course, out of the southeast for us as we're heading out there. And in terms of those daytime highs, really not going to shape up too badly at all as we're heading through our Monday with those mid 70s for most of us. Through the 7-day forecast, still holding on to the rain chances tomorrow and into Wednesday, but not going to be as expansive in coverage as what we're going to experience for our Monday today. But when the rain moves out, the temperatures are going to be on the rise. Back towards 85 degrees as we're heading into Thursday. If you're already making those weekend plans, it's looking like a good one to get out there with partly cloudy skies. Just keep in mind, looking toastier with those upper 80s and potentially even the 90s as we're heading into Friday.
Stephen, thank you so much. And you know, we love seeing your weather photos and videos. This one right here is from Adiza Garza in Annabelle before the storms came in over the weekend. Cloudy gray. So do you have any weather pictures that you want to share? You can join our Coastal Bend Weather Watchers Facebook group. It's a great place to post your photos and videos. All you have to do is just scan the QR code on your screen right now to join.
So early voting begins today in Nueces County for the May joint uniform election. I wanted to make sure that you have all of the correct info because some of these votes could hit your wallet. So here are the details I found. This election includes voters in Romstown for their ISD, Port Aransas for the ISD, and Nueces County Water and Control Improvement District number 3. Voters will have just 2 early voting locations available. In Romstown, early voting will take place over the Johnny Calderon building. In Port Aransas, voters can cast ballots at the Port Aransas Community Center. Early voting runs from April 20th through April 28th, except for the holiday tomorrow on April 21st, being Earth Day. Polling hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays. What's on the ballot does depend on where you live, but expect ISD board positions and/or property tax increases for local ISDs. Each voter will receive a ballot based on their registered precinct. Election day is May 2nd. Officials encourage voters to cast their ballots early to avoid any election day lines.
8 children are dead after a mass shooting on Sunday in Louisiana. It was the nation's deadliest mass shooting since January 2024. Reed Binion reports.
We can confirm the suspect in these 8 homicides is Shamar Elkins. He is believed to be the man responsible for this heinous act.
Authorities in Louisiana identifying the gunman they say shot and killed 8 children, 7 of them his own, across 3 Shreveport homes Sunday. The slain children included 7 siblings and a cousin. The 3 boys and 5 girls ranged in age from 3 to 11. The gunman's wife, the mother of his children, was the first person shot Sunday, sustaining very serious injuries, according to authorities. The shooter then went to a separate residence and shot the children and another woman who was the mother of the 8th child killed.
There's another female that was in this residence that has life-threatening injuries.
The gunman carjacked a vehicle and led police on a chase into a neighboring parish.
The vehicle was chased into Bossier Parish, and at which point in time, Shreveport police officers did discharge their firearm, and that individual is deceased.
Police said the shootings were, quote, domestic in nature.
These are the tragedies when there are domestic violence or domestic disturbances in our community.
The community in mourning and traumatized by the killings, with many calling for a concerted effort to prevent anything like this from ever happening again.
Please utilize every resource that the sheriff has brought forth now. This family and this community needs you. I need you.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
So peace talks between the U.S. and Iran resume this week. Vice President J.D. Vance will join the negotiations in Pakistan. The current ceasefire expires on Wednesday. Officials will discuss control of the Strait of Hormuz. Shipping disruptions there have caused massive spikes in gas prices. So the U.S. Energy Secretary does say that those prices have likely peaked, but Chris Wright warns that you will still pay more at the pump for months. He says prices might not drop below $3 a gallon until next year. The spike comes after U.S. and Israeli airstrikes against Iran disrupted global oil shipping. So let's take a look at where gas prices are this morning. National average sitting at $3.38 for a gallon. Average for Texas, $3.61 a gallon. Right here in Corpus Christi, though, went down a little bit. Definitely good news there, $3.59 a gallon.
If you're a Netflix subscriber, you're already paying more each month for streaming thanks to a recent price hike. But the year, as you may know, has been full of increases. And that's why Scripps News Group, John Matarese, is looking for ways to stream for less so you don't waste your money.
Does it feel like you're paying more and more for fewer TV streaming services? You know, for a while, cutting the cable cord was the answer. But now that cost gap has shrunk. So we found ways to stream your favorite shows for a lot less.
Kim Ellen Garvey struggles to make ends meet.
So you're pretty frugal?
Oh, yeah. You have to be.
So she refuses to overpay for shows and movies. Using a Roku device, she pays for a few streaming services.
We pay for Netflix, Disney Plus,
and Peacock.
It's time for Wicked for good.
But that's about it.
How much do you think you spend a month for streaming?
I'd say we spend about maybe $50 a month for streaming.
Most of her streaming channels are free, like Pluto and Tubi.
I've found a lot of good content on Tubi.
The only catch is watching ads, which a lot more customers are willing to do.
Gives you time to get a snack or just sit there and relax for a little while in between.
The firm Deloitte finds households spend $69 a month on streaming. About 2/3 now pay for an ad-supported tier. and 6 in 10 would cancel over a $5 increase.
Those cost increases do create price sensitivity for consumers.
U.S. entertainment leader Stephanie Dolan says households keep about 4 services but hop in and out.
I call it the content chase game that consumers play in terms of figuring out which service to go to.
Mergers are double-edged. There's speculation the Paramount Plus HBO Max merger will push prices up, but mergers also bring in more content. Kim Ellen recommends free trials when there's a show you want to see.
So you'll sign up for a service, do the trial, and then you cancel.
Yeah.
That way,
Enjoy the show.
you don't waste your money. John Mattery, Scripps News Group.
All right, if you're checking your bank account this morning, you might see a nice little surprise. The IRS has already paid out more than 69 million tax refunds this season. The average check is about $3,500. That's up 11% from last year.
If they have high interest debt, we want to make sure that we're going to start chipping away at that. That's really going to help us, I guess, starting to get ahead at some point.
Now, if you do not have debt, you can save big for expenses, or you can set aside money for a vacation.
Our neighbors are proving real superheroes aren't just in movies. They're the ones who take action for kids who need a voice right now. Take a look.
Capes were flying with a whole lot of energy. But this wasn't just about playing superhero, it was about showing up.
But this is our future, guys, and our future looks bright.
Around 500 people hit the pavement for Casa of the Coastal Bend Superhero 5K Saturday, turning a fun run into real support for kids in the foster care system.
Thank you guys so much for coming out.
As you can see, your whole Sunrise team was in the middle of it all.
Let's give it up for Wonder Woman!
Meteorologist Stephen Jones swapped the forecast for the multiverse, stepping in to judge the costume contest. And Brian and I took the stage as Robin and Starfire, keeping the energy up as MCs for the 4th year in a row.
Well, tell me what just happened.
I don't know. You know what? That's actually my PR in 5K.
I also caught up with this year's first place finisher, who says this race just runs a little different.
There's 5Ks every weekend, right? And this one is special because it's for a great cause. And not to mention, we get to have fun. We get to dress up as superheroes and just kind of live free.
And that's really what this day was about.
Don't stop till you cross.
Not just finish lines, but following through.
I was struggling with substance abuse. I needed a village to help me get through it. To this day, I do have 7 years clean.
Stories like that are why events like this exist. Every dollar raised helps CASA advocate for children and support families right here in our neighborhoods.
Without CASA, I honestly don't know if I'd be here.
And if you would like to continue supporting Casa of the Coastal Bend, it's always looking for donations, volunteers, or simply people looking to help raise awareness. And just a reminder, folks, Saturday will be the Rally Night Parade. It all starts with the stadium show at 7, followed by the night parade at 8. Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber and Clara Benitez Cortez will be your host.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
Starting off this list, President Trump is accusing Iran of breaking a ceasefire agreement. He says Iran targeted French and British ships. Trump is threatening to attack Iranian energy infrastructure. He also says U.S. forces seized an Iranian cargo ship. The current ceasefire expires this week.
Residents in Sinton held a rally on Saturday to stop the Evangeline Water Project. The aquifer provides water to several communities. Residents fear the new plan will drain their local supply, and this is the second protest organized by the community. Neighbors say they will keep fighting to protect their water.
A major closure is coming to the Port Aransas ferries. Ferry Ramp 2 will close on Tuesday. It's part of a $64 million upgrade project for the landings. 3 other landings will stay open, though, but Ramp 2 will remain closed throughout the summer. This could lead to heavier traffic during weekends and on holidays.
The newly opened Bob Hall Pier is partially closing this week. Crews will need to reinforce the concrete surface at the end of the pier. That section will shut down Tuesday from 5 in the morning until midnight. Workers will set up barricades and caution tape around the work zone, and the pier is expected to fully reopen on Wednesday.
Well, a trip to Disney World is getting more expensive. The theme park just opened bookings through October of 2027. The new calendar shows a 10% price increase for peak dates. A ticket to the Magic Kingdom on a busy day will now cost at least $219. That's up from the current peak price of $209.
Tomato prices are up nearly 23% from last year. They now cost about $2.25 a pound. Bad weather in Florida and Mexico shrunk this year's crop. Higher fuel costs and tariffs are also driving up prices. But growers say a new crop will ship in 2 weeks to help ease the shortage.
Well, it is time for a check-in on the weather and really see what people can expect if they're just heading out the door this morning.
Well, absolutely. Good morning, you guys. So far, still have a couple of isolated showers out there. Luckily, missing most of our Corpus Christi major roadways as we're heading out for our Monday morning. But Kingsville, they do have a shower overhead right now. So here's a look at that live radar for you. You can see not as expansive as what we were expecting over the weekend, but still expecting it to get a little bit more widespread in coverage as we're heading through the later mornings hours and into the early afternoon. As you're looking out there, you can see off towards the south for southern Nueces County and northern Clayburgh County. Just to the east of Kingsville is where we have our heaviest downpour right now. Looks like a little bit of it's starting to stretch up into Bishop, but as we're heading through the next few hours, likely to continue to work this off towards the north and see that future tracker start to see a few more of those isolated showers return to the board. Temperature-wise, we're waking up to the upper 50s inland, but most of us in the 60s and even the 70s as you work your way closer to the coast there in Ingleside and Port Aransas. In terms of those daytime highs, we're really only chasing those low to mid 70s for daytime highs for us. That's thanks to all of the scattered shower activity we're going to see out there, but you're definitely going to notice the mugginess back in the air. Winds are back out of the east and southeast, and that's going to lead to more humidity and potentially some more showers as we're heading into later this evening out there. For our forecast highs, like we're talking about, only those mid 60s and some of those mid 70s as you work your way further in or further towards the coast, but through those rain chances through the next few days, today should be our rainiest. Can't rule out some of those isolated showers into tomorrow and Wednesday, but not going to be quite as expansive as what we experienced going into later portions of our Monday. As you're getting ready to hit those roadways out there this Monday morning, though, let's take a look at some of those driving tips for you as you're potentially going to be running into some of that heavy rain as we're heading out there. Let's, as you see potentially some of those heavier downpours setting up heading into the later morning hours, that's where we could start to see some more of that ponding on the roadways, so definitely want to slow down if you see any of the ponding on the roadways. Our traffic flow is nice and green as we're heading out there this morning on the Harbor Bridge to and from Portland, and same goes for our roadways here in Corpus Christi. Ocean Drive, SPID, and Saratoga all coming in that good and green color. Just one minor slowdown on Saratoga as you're coming closer to Airline Road. So let's take a detour inland. Good morning to neighbors up there in Beeville. Also not slowing down at all. Plenty of that good and green traffic flow, but just want to take it slow if you do run into any of those scattered showers as we're heading out for our Monday morning out there. So hopefully shaping up for a good and green Monday morning.
Thank you, Steven. So what is your favorite burger place? If you said Five Guys, you're not alone. A new survey polled more than 40,000 Americans about their favorite fast food burger chain. Five Guys came out on top. It barely beat out Burger King for the #1 spot. In-N-Out, Wendy's, and McDonald's rounded out the top 5.
No Whataburger? Oh, no,
Wow,
not in Texas.
what a crime. You know, we actually had a pretty good burger over at the new restaurant Bien Marie with the jalapeno burger, which was pretty nice. I know your favorite is Gordon Ramsay burger, right?
It's not a fast food chain, but it's a fancy bougie burger, but it's so good. I think
fair,
about it today.
Five Guys was up there, and I know Five Guys has got a lot of fans. What about y'all? Are you good fans of that one?
Never tried it.
Not really, to be honest.
But you got to get those Cajun fries there. You know, those are seasoned up very nicely, if you ask me. But it's not as you know, on the daily as Whataburger, I would say. That's your go-to burger for sure.
Although if you're ever up in San Antonio, there's a place called Elsewhere, a peanut butter and jelly burger. That is my all-time 100% favorite. So good.
See, we just love the bougie burgers, though.
We do,
We're talking fast food, but In-N-Out, I will mention, In-N-Out's pretty good, too.
Yeah, coming from Reno, next to California. Yeah, we got to give some love. Well, hey, thank you so much for giving us some love this morning. We definitely appreciate it. And we will see you later on today with even more news from your neighborhood. But until then, have a great day.